So, you're looking for a camera bag. You want something lightweight, but can hold quite a bit. Something not too bulky, but gives you quick access to your gear. Well, say hello to the Peak Design 10L Sling. The Peak Design 10L Sling Bag. Its form allows for mobility and quick access to your camera while supplying you with ample room for your particular needs. Today, we'll be taking a look at what makes this bag stand out from the rest of the market. While no single bag can fit everyone's situation, the 10L Sling casts a wide net, making it an appealing choice for many to consider. Hey everyone, I'm John, and I bought this bag about 6 months ago. When I bought it, I kind of bought it with more hopes than confidence. While there's a lot of reviews online, it was hard to understand exactly what would fit in here. A lot of what I was seeing was a spec sheet read or someone that had literally just got the bag. So today I want to dive into exactly what can fit in here, and I want to give you some real life experience and give you a practical application for how this bag works. No, I am not sponsored by Peak Design. No, they did not send me this bag. I bought this bag with my own hard-earned money, and my opinion is my own convictions. With that out of the way, let's check out the Peak Design 10L Sling. The 10L Sling is the largest of Peak Design's 3 sling option sizes, the other two being the 3L and the 6L. The design is relatively the same between all 3 options, the obvious difference being the size and carrying capacity. While the 10L seems large in comparison to its younger siblings, it is still a nice and cozy fit. I would call it the last reasonable size before breaching into the messenger bag series. My favorite feature by far of these bags is the quick access you get to your gear. I can easily go from casual hiking into full photographer mode in less than 10 seconds. The way this bag seamlessly transfers from your bag to your waist with a quick motion is invaluable to my personal needs. Anyone who's done any kind of nature photography or has gone hiking with their camera gear will know just how frustrating it can be to deal with difficult terrain while managing your camera gear. I can also see this bag being very beneficial for the urban environment. While I don't personally do street photography, this is a perfect setup for somebody that wants to be on the go. I've said a lot about this bag already, but let's take a look exactly what can fit in here. The first setup I wanted to cover is the most common way I carry when I'm out on a nature shoot. First, I put my Peak Design strap in the tablet or laptop compartment. I don't have a tablet or laptop, so this space is good for my strap. Next, I like to pack my backup lens, my Canon 100mm 2.8 macro. I love taking photos of flowers, and when I'm out hiking, I like to have this on hand in case I find some flowers along the way. I also normally pack my GoPro to do some point of view recording for some reels and shorts. I usually take this out once I get to my location. My main camera, the Canon R5 with the Canon 24-70 2.8, fits snugly in the middle with the lens and hood still attached. This was the main thing I was looking for in the camera bag. I wanted to be able to pull this out and get a shot within seconds, and this bag helps me accomplish that with ease. On the inside zipper compartment, I can fit a lot of small extras like GoPro batteries, camera batteries, and SD cards. This is also a great spot to fit your lens wipes, keys, wallet, etc. In the front compartment, I usually fit in my flash and my diffuser that usually goes on during my flower shots. Setup 2. You could also fit 2 camera bodies in this bag. While it's really rare for me to need 2 cameras, I can see this being a necessity for some photographers. I only own a Canon R5 and a Canon T8i crop sensor, so I'm able to fit my 100mm macro in here as well. But if you have 2 full-frame cameras, you're probably going to be limited on space for extra stuff in the main compartment. That being said, with the depth of this bag fitting an R5 with the 24-70 on it, you could easily fit another hefty lens on the second body and be just fine carrying 2 ready-to-go setups. Something that might be a wedding or event photographer's dream. The last setup I wanted to show off was about my drone carry. I have a DJI Mavic 3 Classic with the RC controller. The controller fits nicely snug sideways in the main compartment. creating plenty of ample room to fit your drone and extra drone accessories. I have an extra battery and some ND filters for this camera, but you can see how much extra room is in the main compartment for additional accessories or an additional action camera. Wildlife photographers should beware that this is not a great bag for carrying large telephoto lenses. I was really hoping that this bag would fit my Sigma 150-600 lens, but the lens is just a bit too tall. Now it will fit sideways if you take both dividers out of the bag. I've tried to run with this setup before, but it ultimately doesn't translate well to practical use. You're better off either getting a bigger bag like the Peak Design Messenger Bag series, or carrying the camera with the lens attached separately. Now that you know it can fit in here, let's discuss how it feels to carry that stuff around. One of my initial worries with buying the 10L was that it would feel too big and bulky on the back and catch on doorways or brush when I'm out hiking. I'm happy to say that those fears were squashed from the very first day of use. I'm an average height of 5'9", and this thing stays pretty close to my body and doesn't stick out the sides. I usually carry this pretty loose too, so it rests right around my waist. The shoulder strap is nice and comfortable, and the weight distribution doesn't tug on my shoulder over long periods of time. That being said, if you overload this thing with something like the Sigma 150-600 I was talking about earlier, it gets really uncomfortable really quick. This leads me to worry about using the Peak Design clip that can attach to the side of the bag. I fear that the extra weight from loading up the bag plus holstering your camera on the side will make this thing very uncomfortable. I don't have a clip to try this out though, so I can't really say from personal experience. There's also a couple straps on the bottom of this bag to attach a travel tripod or something like a jacket. I haven't used this much, but it is nice to know that if I get too hot on a hike, I can just take off my jacket and strap it to the bottom. Build-wise, this thing withstands the elements pretty well. I live in northern Idaho and put it through a few wet hikes this winter and had zero issues with moisture. I was worried that setting this thing down on rough surfaces would tear the material over time, but so far it looks brand new still. The Velcro is very strong and hasn't seemed to lose any of its strength over 6 months of use. Once they're placed where you want them, you can be sure they're going to stay there. So who is this camera bag a great design for? Anybody that has a designated body and lens combo would find this really beneficial for being able to take it out and put it back in real quick on the go. And the 10L version of these bags also gives you that extra room to bring an extra lens, maybe stuff some of your personal items in there. It gives you options. However, if you're somebody that carries just one camera and one lens, you might get away with getting the 6L or the 3L for even lighter experience. Additionally, if you want to carry more, or you have bigger lenses like telephoto lenses, you might want to look at like a messenger or an actual backpack setup. And for me, I really do need a bag for that wildlife setup. So in the future, I'm probably going to purchase something bigger as well. But I'll still be using this bag a ton because it's so easy to just take on the go real quick. And sometimes limiting your gear opens up more creativity. But that's all I've got for you. Do you have a Peak Design sling? Let me know how you like it in the comments. If you liked the video, please click like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And until the next video, take care.